Giuseppe.
Hey, Craig.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. After you. Great. So, hello everyone. So, I'm Craig Moss. I'm from the AWS partner team. I'm here today with Giuseppe Marengan from DXC Technology, and here to talk today about a really innovative solution that's helping manufacturers with sustainability. So, Giuseppe, I'll just kind of jump straight into it. So, a lot of our clients are struggling with this phrase, circular economy, and I wonder if you could tell us a little bit around the challenges they're facing and how to address them.
Sure. So each durable goods manufacturer has to comply with the 2030 Green Deal. You may have heard about that. That means that each company manufacturing products have to be comply with the circular economy and sustainability regulations that are in the market. That means that the products have to be the minimal impact on the environment. That means you need to design products to be more sustainable. At the end of the life, the product have to be recyclable. They have to be reusable for other products maybe. And during the life, the products have to be safe. So the substances inside the product have to be not dangerous for the user, for the drivers, for example.
Giuseppe, can you tell us a little bit around the target market for Max?
So the first target market is the automotive market. And the reason is because automotive is probably the most important industry that needs to be compliant with all the ESG regulations. And the second reason is that in automotive, we have the IMDS platform, International Material Data Sheet, that was put in the market more than 20 years ago from DXC, and that is used by more than 190,000 companies around the world to share material data sheets, so information about material substances in the components across the automotive supply chain. So Max can benefit immediately of all this bunch of information that are available in IMDS.
Giuseppe, can you share a real-world example of where Max has helped a customer?
Yes, I can mention, for example, one of the largest truck manufacturers that is using Max since 1 year. And in 1 year, they were able to manage more than 150,000 components inside the bill of materials they treat. And they were able, through that, to fully automatize the homologation process before putting a new product, a new vehicle to the market.
Okay, well, thank you. And looking to the future, what do you see on the roadmap for Max coming up?
So, as you may know, the big challenge for all manufacturers will be to integrate and to put in place the process to manage what is called a digital product passport. So the chance to track and trace any single components inside the vehicle. Of course, that would be a long-term goal, but in the meantime, we can just start with the battery passport. So we start by tracking batteries inside the vehicle because we want to recycle batteries as much as possible. We want to be not dependent by external sources, and we want to use what we already have inside. So battery passport would be one of the first targets for Max. I would mention also other regulations, important regulations like deforestation, for example, or plastic treating. So when you have to track how you use organic substances that are protected in the world, or how you use plastic inside the products. And I can mention again another big challenge is to calculate the total product carbon footprint of your product. That is quite easy with Max, because in Max we have all the information we need for that, because we manage the full data model of your product.
Can you give us any real-life examples of where Max has benefited a customer?
Right. So let's consider the number of regulations that are issued by different regions and markets on the ESG domain. So for example, you have to make sure that when you design a product and you have to homologate this product on the market, the list of material and substances inside the product does not contain any dangerous or critical substance. And you have to prepare a report that has to be sent to the European Chemical Authority, for example. This is an example of how Max can help you, because having the full visibility of all materials and substances that are inside the product, you can easily extract any kind of information and report and transmit to the authority. Another example is what we call the 3R analysis. 3R means recyclability, reusability, and remanufacturability. So when you design a product, you have to think about what happens at the end of the life of the product. How you make sure that most of the product and the components that you use can be reused for other products, or can be recyclable. So this is another area where Max can support you.
Okay, that's fascinating. So that's a really good description of the kind of product and user case. What about implementation? So a lot of customers get concerned around, prolonged or complicated implementations.
That's a good point, because when we design Max, we design in a way that the implementation is very quick, because we use the same data model that we have in the leverage platform, that is the IMDS well-known platform that is used in all the automotive companies in the market. So doing that, we are able to implement and deploy a product, the Max solution, in a specific company in less than 1 month.
Okay, that's great, thank you. So Giuseppe, looking ahead, what's on the future for Max?
So the first point with Max is that we have to make sure that each new regulation that comes to the market would be addressed in the right way. And so we will give the Max users the opportunity to do any kind of new reports or analysis the regulation will require in the future. This is the first point. So, for example, you have been heard about deforestation is an upcoming regulation in European Community. Another one is the plastic treaty report. So we have to make sure that each new regulation would be addressed there. Another good challenge we have is to use all the bunch of information we have inside the Max data model to calculate the product carbon footprint of the full product, because we have all the information that we need there, and so we can leverage on that.
Okay, that's great. Nicely summarized, thank you. So Giuseppe, you leveraged the AWS Business Outcome Accelerator, or BOX program, for Max. I was just wondering if you could give us a couple of sentences just to describe how it helped.
Yes, with pleasure, because it was a very good help for us. Through BOX, we were able to engage a third party of us. In that case, was a startup, and that has a very good solution to address a possible Max extension. In this case is what I call the CTI framework, is a tool to measure and report how efficient a company is in transforming what is not recyclable in what is more recyclable. So the idea was to integrate this tool with Max, and so giving Max an additional important functionality to address the market. And so BOX was absolutely a key enabler and accelerator in making this possible, because we use BOX to put together the two forces and realize the new extension.
Okay, that's fascinating. Giuseppe, finally, what would you say to manufacturers who are on the fence around making this transition?
So transition is a must. So each manufacturing company has to do this kind of transition. And the reason is quite simple. Time to market is going to be reduced day by day, year by year. Complexity is increasing. You can imagine the number of new regulations that are issued to the market each year. So if a company wants to be still competitive, they have to reduce the time, they have to increase the productivity, they have to automate all the processes, including all the compliance and sustainability processes. That's the reason why Max is a mandatory step for each company.
Okay, thank you. That's a fascinating insight, and I think a very big opportunity in the market. So what would be the next steps for a manufacturer looking to take this further?
So typical next step is to contact our sales force, our representative that will be happy to support you, or maybe to visit our web portal, mdssystem.com.
Great, okay. Well, thank you, Giuseppe. That's been very insightful. I'm very excited about the solution. And thank you very much for your time today.
You too. I really appreciated this time.